And welcome back. The central and eastern United States is bracing for another brutal surge of cold air. On the East Coast, another round of snow is expected today, with 1 to 3 inches of snow likely in some parts. New York, Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia will see light to moderate snow. The Appalachians and a few areas closer to the coast may see totals approach half a foot. Across the central U.S., wind chills will plunge. High temperatures will struggle to reach the freezing mark in Oklahoma City and Nashville today. Chicago won't be able to break out of the teens, and Minneapolis will be stuck in the single digits. At least 55 people across 10 states have died since last week after multiple storms brought snow and ice to much of the United States.
Those were very powerful images.
Make me not feel as bad about the weather we had here.
At all. 47 degrees outside right now, Justin. It's nice.
It's nice, especially compared to what you just saw, right? It could be so much worse. We did get some colder weather coming in last night with a cold front, and it spilled across much of the country. You guys just kind of alluded to this, what's going on. Let me show you the big picture. And you can see that snow that Dylan was talking about there across the Northeast, Washington up to New York City. That could cause some travel issues today. It's mostly light at this point, but still seeing it coming down in the nation's capital. And I want to show you this. Look at this lake effect snow that's going on. It's pretty cool to see this. This is the wind working down the Great Lakes here, and what happens is it develops the snow. It's in a very small corridor, but it can pile up so very quickly, and they're seeing that in northwestern Indiana this afternoon. They've picked up like a foot of snow, something like that, but just this one band right here to the east of Chicago. So they've got a lot of snow up there, and that's the snow we just talked about, Washington to New York. Still pretty heavy across parts of the eastern seaboard there, but that'll quickly move away today. For us, it's the wind. We've still got gusty winds. We'll continue to see those for a few more hours, and then those winds will subside tonight, which will set the stage for some pretty cold temperatures overnight. We'll reach right around 50 today. That'll be our high temperature at 4 o'clock. But as we get into tonight, that's when those temperatures start to plunge. And by tomorrow morning, we're down to 25 here in San Antonio, maybe a few teens in the hill country. So another hard freeze. Keep those plants protected and the pipes and all that good stuff too. It does moderate a little bit over the weekend. We'll look at that weekend forecast a little bit closer for you here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Migrant apprehensions on the southern border have increased to around 4,000 a day. That's according to a law enforcement source familiar with operations. This week's numbers mark an increase from earlier this month when there were roughly 3,000 apprehensions per day. However, it is still far fewer than the 10,000 daily migrant encounters that was observed at one point last month. The Department of Homeland Security attributes the overall decline to enhanced enforcement on the Mexican side of the border. However, multiple sources say that migration fluctuates and could increase at any time.
President Joe Biden is trying to get lawmakers to approve $60 billion in aid for Ukraine. An official with knowledge of the matter says the worry is that air defense systems and artillery ammunition could get depleted. Another source says lawmakers are signaling this is likely the last Ukraine package before the election. House Speaker Mike Johnson argues the U.S. can't support Ukraine indefinitely without a clear strategy. And if Biden doesn't win re-election, the next president could have a different approach to the war.
An American Airlines flight attendant is charged with child pornography, accused of filming children using the bathroom. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts identifies the man as Estes Carter Thompson III. Charging paperwork alleges that last year he used stickers to tape his phone to an open toilet lid right before a 14-year-old girl entered. But she caught on, took a picture of his concealed phone, and told her parents. Authorities say they found 4 videos of children using the bathroom on Thompson's iCloud account. American Airlines says it immediately removed Thompson from duty when it learned of the toilet incident.
Now to the race for the Republican nomination for the White House. The New Hampshire primary is just 4 days away. And as ABC's Morgan Norwood reports, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is ramping up her attacks on her former boss, former President Donald Trump, in hopes for a strong second place.
Former President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley seemed to respond to each other in real time, holding dueling media appearances last night.
She's not going to make it. She has no chance.
The reason he's throwing these temper tantrums is because he knows I do have a chance.
Haley, in a CNN town hall, slammed Trump for refusing to debate her in New Hampshire.
He's not talking about the fact that he put us $8 trillion in debt over 4 years, and we're digging out of it, unable to figure out how we're going to pay that now. He's not talking about the fact that he didn't stop the fentanyl flow that's affected this state and all over the country when he had the opportunity to do it. He's not talking about why did he go and praise President Xi a dozen times after they gave us COVID? Why would you do that? There are a lot of things he doesn't want to answer.
Trump was on Fox News, slamming Haley and the New Hampshire primary process, which allows unaffiliated voters to participate.
It bothers me, and the governor should have done something about it instead of talk and waste his time with Nikki. Independents and Democrats are allowed to vote. So in order to try and stop Trump, they go out and they sign up, and they can sign up very easily. And Sununu should have stopped it.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in a distant third in New Hampshire, is focusing on other states. Speaking to radio host Hugh Hewitt, he said he regrets shunning most news outlets early in his campaign.
I should have just been blanketing. I should have gone on all the corporate shows. I should have gone on everything.
ABC News has learned DeSantis has said privately he will stay in the race, at least through Super Tuesday on March 5th. Tonight, Trump is expected to host a rally in Concord. Meanwhile, his GOP rivals hosting campaign events throughout the state all day until DeSantis leaves for South Carolina this weekend. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
It's a grocery saving strategy now going viral, how it can save you time, money, and reduce waste. And welcome back. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is trying a different approach in the way it helps people after disasters. Today, FEMA announced a number of measures to improve service. Those include giving wider access to an immediate $750 per person impacted by extreme weather. That money helps with costs like food, shelter, and evacuations. FEMA will also establish a new fund for where they stay, including friends and relatives' homes. FEMA officials say they also want to increase the speed of assistance and cut red tape for people and communities recovering from natural disasters. The new rules will take effect March 22nd.
Now to a new strategy for grocery shopping that's taken off on social media. People who try it say the 6-to-1 method saves them both money and time. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze tested it out.
It's the viral strategy saving some grocery shoppers time and money.
Let me show you my favorite way to grocery shop on a budget in 30 minutes.
Meet the 6-to-1 method, influencer Will Coleman's creation, where each week you buy 6 veggies, 5 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 starches, 2 sauces, 1 fun thing for yourself, and that's it.
What was behind the idea of this method?
I just wanted to take control of my wallet and my time and just figure out a way to be strategic when it comes to the normal thing of grocery shopping, something we all have to do.
Coleman says he spends between $80 and $90 per week using the 6-to-1 method on groceries for his household of 2, almost half of what the typical couple spends every week.
The 6-to-1 method has saved me hundreds of dollars because you come in the grocery store with a plan. You're not just shopping for anything.
Tiara Smith says the method helped cut back spending cash on takeout.
It forces me to save even more money because I'm not going to eat out because I have food at home that I know I can cook.
We decided to give the 6-to-1 method a try.
This definitely counts as 1 fruit, right?
For me, 6 fresh vegetables felt like a lot to use before they spoiled.
Okay, we'll do some broccoli. Why not?
I opted for some frozen options.
Good for the kids.
And my one fun item, coffee. It was non-negotiable. My bill coming out to just under $100. Nutritionists say the plan, which is heavy in produce, also has health benefits.
I always feel like we can all stand to have more plants in our pattern of eating. So this breakdown really encourages people to eat their fruits and veggies.
And that was Elizabeth Schulze reporting.
And you are looking live at WJLA's camera in Virginia, where obviously some snowy weather, and we're told a single-engine aircraft has crashed on that roadway. Just a wild scene out of Virginia right now, as we mentioned earlier, that winter weather that continues to hit the East Coast.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of problems. Clearly, there in Virginia, still a lot of snow coming down around Washington, D.C., so hopefully everyone's okay there. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. Here, it's just kind of chilly. Temperatures in the 40s. We made it up to 46 so far after a morning low of 43. So temperatures have not changed that much. And that's because we have cold air that continues to work in behind a cold front. The records are 85 and 15 set back in 2000 and 1940. Not in jeopardy. But we are going to see a cold night tonight, dipping back down into the 20s before rain enters the forecast. Another look at that weekend forecast coming up.
The dusty, dirty evidence of recent winter weather may still be on your car. Salt. Some of that could still be lingering on your car's undercarriage.
KTVT's Robbie Owens with why you may want to hit the car wash, and soon.
Every time it snows or we get ice, I know that salt gets underneath your car and it's not good for your paint or your undercarriage, so I always come and wash it off and clean it.
Wayne Goodowitz of Dallas needs no warning about the long-term impact of salt left on your vehicle's undercarriage. After all of that brine mixture applied to North Texas highways has to go somewhere. And now experts urge North Texans to get it gone from your vehicles. Still need convincing?
Rust, first and foremost.
Where are you seeing that rust?
All over the frame of the car, the undercarriage, the suspension, all of that is basically untreated raw metal, and that gets pretty affected with a lot of salt.
Tyler Shady is a service advisor with Christian Brothers Automotive in Dallas. He says he can tell immediately when a vehicle has been driven primarily in colder climates.
A lot of the people from up north, it's just normal for them, but here it's only once or twice a year. So it's definitely something you want to get off of the metal. It's not good for it. Yes, it does eat its way through the metal over time and eventually causes it to just not support the things it needs to.
So go ahead and invest in a thorough wash that includes that undercarriage, just in case you're tempted to wait for the rain.
You just have to see some of the damage that the salt can do sometimes, and that'll change your mind.
In Dallas, Robbie Owens.
So, Justin, what's the play here? We've got rain most of next week. So is this a situation where we take it to the car wash or let Mother Nature intervene?
It's a good question. This got me rethinking things here just watching that story. Maybe you take it to the car wash, but there will be some rain as soon as Sunday. So, think it out. It's your decision, but get some of that salt off. It's probably not a bad idea. I want to show you the weekend forecast as you're planning things out. Saturday, 45. It's not going to warm up that much. We'll get sun in the morning. It'll be a really cold start, 25, but then turning cloudy by the afternoon. Down to 33 Sunday morning, and then 42 for a high. Showers by midday, cloudy. Not a bad weekend to stay in and watch football. Just saying, there's some good games on, but it's going to be fairly chilly. Here's a look at the forecast. This is this afternoon, perfectly sunny skies. Again, tomorrow morning, probably starting off clear. But as we head into the afternoon, then you start to see these clouds filling in, and then they thicken up as we head towards dinner time tomorrow. No rain on your Saturday. That holds off until Sunday, but it's around midday Sunday. Maybe when you're getting out of church, you're going to start to see some of these showers developing. And yes, it shows a little pink on our radar. That could be a little bit of freezing rain in the whole country. It's possible, but I don't think it will be really of any significance. We'll go away pretty quickly, and I just don't think it's going to be a big problem for us. I think the bigger issue will be the rain, and it actually it builds up in intensity a little bit as we head into Sunday night, Monday morning. I think we could see some thunderstorms, not severe weather, but just good rain, some lightning, some thunder, even as early or as late as sunrise Monday. So that's kind of a time frame we're watching. Sunday night, Monday morning is when I think we could pick up quite a bit of rain. In total, as we're looking over the next 7 days, up to 2 inches here in San Antonio. Higher totals will be off to the east around Houston, and you'll find lower numbers out to the west. Now, this is not just Sunday night into Monday. This is taking into account all the way into, say, the end of next week. But these are good numbers, and these are numbers we haven't seen, honestly, in a long, long time. Look at the drought monitor And you'll see that we're still in an extreme drought, still a problem. And so if we could get some of this rain in here, especially to fall over Bexar County, Kendall County, the Bandera County, and Comal County, that would be a really good thing. And it does look promising. I mean, our rain chances are up to 80% Sunday night. Monday, 40%, that's mainly in the morning. But even Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I know these rain chances don't look extremely high, but as we get closer, we may be able to bump those up some. We've just got system after system, and it's hard to kind of nail down the timing. But I do think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll have more opportunities to get some downpours, and it stays fairly cloudy next week, too, as a result. 46 right now. Dew point is at 20. We've got northerly winds at 20 miles per hour and still gusting a little bit higher than that. So it feels like 38. What a change from yesterday, right? Where we were in the 70s for the most part, and we weren't talking about wind chills, but today we certainly are. And this is what it feels like across much of the area. In the 30s in Bulverde, feels like 36 Canyon Lake, feels like 38 in New Braunfels. It'll be jacket weather the rest of today. And any plans you have tonight, definitely want probably the bigger jacket, because we only get up to 50, and once the sun goes down, these temperatures will fall very, very fast. 37 by 10 o'clock, and then by tomorrow morning, we're all the way down to 25. So another hard freeze here in San Antonio and for much of South Texas. Even places like Carrizo Springs will be down to 27 by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Extended forecast. You see the weekend there, 45 Saturday, 42 Sunday. We talked about that. Good chance of rain early on Monday. Next week, rain chances are there. Temperatures will stay fairly mild, low 60s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Overnight lows will be in the 50s. We'll be right back.
The San Antonio Spurs once again on losing streak, but they're hoping to break that when they take on the Charlotte Hornets tonight. This comes after 3 straight losses. Their last win was against Hornets last Friday, and superstar rookie Victor Wembanyama was dominant. Unfortunately, Wemby will sit out the front end of back-to-back games. The two teams are near the bottom of the standings in their respective conferences, with the Spurs at 7-33 and the Hornets at 8-30. Now the tip-off is scheduled for 6 p.m. tonight, and the Spurs do have back-to-back games. That means they'll also hit the court tomorrow, taking on the Wizards at 6 p.m.
I feel 2 wins coming. And coming up this weekend, the Texans take on the Ravens at 3:30 tomorrow in an AFC divisional playoff battle. You can catch that game right here on KSAT12. Also happening tomorrow, the Packers and the 49ers for a spot in the NFC Championship game. Kickoff set for 7:15. And 2 more NFL playoff games on Sunday. It's the Bucs versus the Lions at 2 in the afternoon, and the Chiefs play the Bills at 5:30 p.m. Sunday. And Bird's the word today on SA Live.
Let's fly on over to historic Market Square to see what Fiona and Mike are squawking about.
We get to do really, really cool stuff.
Well, and learn some really, really cool facts and trivia.
Yeah, once again, Ian Joplin with Last Chance Forever, and this Falcon, we're going to tell you all about this. He's got a Hawk, which is actually going to be flying here through the studio, and we're going to tell you where you can see these guys up close coming up. Absolutely fascinating information about it. A lot of people have made a New Year's resolution to maybe start eating healthier. What's your favorite healthy meal? Scan that QR code and let us know. And speaking of healthy, check out this healthy meal right here. This is a salmon and all those fresh greens on there from Sweet Yam. Chef is going to be here. He has got some great tips and how to make it nice and flavorful. Tasty. Okay. Yes, indeed.
All right. And we also have a preview of the competition happening at the Vaquero Cook-Off for salsa.
Yeah, this is kind of a special contest that's going to be going on with some of the volunteers. And of course, believe it or not, Mardi Gras Festivals start tomorrow. Need a good king cake? PJ's Coffee.
Oh, we're gonna decorate that too.
And they have king cake coffees. We're gonna make them. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live.